Alright, let's examine the theater here. Magda is telling us to hurry or we'll miss the final scene. And we can say that this is some sort of trick that the Coven is playing games on us, and that they of course deny it because, you know, Gan, who is more experienced at meddling with people's dreams, says that there's something deeper in her request and we should just sort of play along. So, we don't remember our lines. And she tells us, just make up your lines as you go along. And she tells us the crusade has failed, the betrayer's army is crushed, and he must give his final commands to his lieutenants. Well, how does she know about that? And I guess, we can, play the gender card. What kind of twisted play is this? The betrayer's a man and I'm a woman. Okay. Yeah, the audience apparently is getting impatient, so let's play along. And they complain. And he claims to be Zoab. And he claims to be Ramak. This is an angel, a lich, and a blue dragon. Okay. And you can sort of break character, or you can play. I'll play along just because that's what Gan suggested. Apparently I gave the wrong... They told me to just make up my lines, and that was the wrong line to make up. If you look at our audience, there's some pretty unusual things out there. I'm not even sure what all of them are. And the audience wants their money back. And we're gonna have to fight. And maybe it'll examine... It just says... You've heard the theatrical audience is going to be pretty hostile. Okay, well, I guess we're just going to have to kill the audience for not, this is like the ultimate response to theater critics. And I'm just going to cast, apparently these guys also turn hostile. Well, we're just going to use Vampiric Feast. As I mentioned, it's safe to rest in these dreams, so I'm just going to use the, I'm not exactly going to hold back. I will lose some spirit energy in the process, but, well, I can get it back later. Hey look, I've got the Greater Shadow also counts as spirit, so there's my spirit for purposes of of resting. So I'm just going to rest up, be right back. There's no one left here but the actors, so let's see what they have to say. And they say the betrayer will return, and we will wait, and that's really kind of strange, but okay. And Gan says the dream was powerful, and the portal will lead us onward, and there's a portal over here. This is pretty weird, frankly, but hey, I don't know where these dreams are coming from if they know that much about the past. That's sort of strange. Maybe the Coven knows quite a bit about what's going on, because normally I think this is supposed to be their dream. Okay, and it brings us back to the place where we were, or sort of. The Coven is not here. There's a Mind Flayer, a human wizard, and a human bard. The wizard is the simplest of the three. There are three challenges you have to work with, and they are all imprisoned here. So we gotta free, go through their challenges and free them. They're a little weird, but most of this area is. So we'll travel the human wizard's prison. The short version of this challenge is that our friendly human wizard here signed a contract with the devil, and now he wants to get out of it. Yeah, okay. And there's a certain amount of what kind of an idiot are you that goes in through a lot of this conversation, And I guess we'll have to ask the devil for a copy of it, because he doesn't have one to spare. Anyway, let's just grab this contract. And we can, by activating the item, we can read the contract. And we can read the beginning. You know, it's fairly typical contractual language. There's some smaller text here, which essentially says that it only lasts for 1 year. Okay. There are 5 favors, and essentially for each of the favors, the person who is involved in the contract has to perform some sort of evil deed and to get the benefit. And we'll skip to the end of the contract. And of course, the part about losing your soul is in fine print. You know, I'm sure that no one was laughing as they wrote that. Anyway, and there's also a string of symbols, which is probably the devil's signature. This is a devil here. He is a devil, specifically, not the devil. The devil does not exist. Well, it probably does not exist. Anyway, we can talk about it. Yeah, and he denies that it talks about a soul, and you point out the fine text. And he apparently didn't read the whole thing. And yeah, even in real life, read the entire contract. And okay, so more or less, he wanted some extra help academically and didn't get it, so he signed a contract with the devil. And anyway, he signed a first contract that more or less said that he would do something, and then that wasn't good enough, so he signed a second contract, which is the one he's stuck with now. We remind him that it will only last the year. Apparently he didn't read that part either. So, anyway, the short version is his master caught him in it, and he cast a spell at him which burned him with acid, and then his master disappeared. Okay. And we don't really know anything about that. And he knows some stories about people getting out of contracts with devils. Okay, so we have to know what the rules. Essentially, it has to have broken the rules somehow. It has to be an invalid contract. And I guess we're just going to ask the expert we have in the room, the devil. Anyway, we can ask about the contract. And we can ask about infernal contracts in general. There are 2 types of contracts. It doesn't really matter. He mentions there's no way to get out of one as long as the contract is well written. And he mentions that if there was a way, if it was not well written, then somebody could get out of it. And there's another little sort of quirk of Batezu law, Batezu also meaning devils. And the important part that he brings up is that more or less you can't compel someone to give up their soul. They have to choose to do so. Anyway, so let's talk to the mage about the favors. The first favor required him to inflict pain on a helpless creature. He did that by casting a cantrip at the guy's rabbit familiar. And so that was done, and that's sort of, okay, that's good. The way the contract's written, he has to do all of these things to lose his soul. Second favor required a mischievous act, and apparently he screwed up somebody else's potion, and he was rewarded appropriately. Okay, the next one. Third favor required that he cast an evil spell. And, well, definition of evil spell is a little weird. But at any rate, the devil maintains that he did cast an evil spell by summoning the devil. Yeah, okay. And one of the benefits for that was that he was supposed to receive a wish of limited power. And he claims that he doesn't remember what he wished for. Okay, we'll remember that. He actually just tried to wish himself out of the contract, so apparently he has used the wish. Okay. The fourth favor required someone to it required him to injure somebody, and he did that by casting the acid spell. Okay, and he was rewarded for that appropriately. And the fifth favor required him to cause the death of another, and he did in fact become more powerful, but he doesn't remember killing anybody. And we ask about his mentor who disappeared after he was discovered. Okay, we don't know why he disappeared, and he makes the comment, "All I did was cringe and wish he'd go away." And with a little bit of insight, you can say, well, insight in this case, probably based on your wisdom stat, that he made a wish. So since he wished that he went away, we asked, did he wish for his death? No, he did not. He just wished for him to go away. Yeah, okay. So let's talk to the devil, and we can say the contract is null and void because he claims that the wizard fulfilled all of the conditions of the contract voluntarily, and the condition of the final favor was that it required him to kill someone, and he didn't actually kill someone. He just wished him gone, and so the devil was the one who interpreted the wish to mean that he wanted him dead, and more or less that's a bit too much of a leap, and Vatezu law is broken, and we win. Short version, you can get out of a deal with the devil, but only if the devil is stupid. We'll see what other ridiculous challenge the game throws at us next time. Now that we've gotten this wizard out of his deal with the devil, let's see if he's grateful at all. And, you can... he gives you 2,500 XP. Great. Thanks. And, once again...
And how may I honor you?
Okay, Dan doesn't have anything to add. The only way to go now is through the dreamscape portal. So, we'll just go through. Back in the dreamscape, back in the room that's representative of the Coven, there's another portal here, so we're going to take that.